Welcome. In this explainer, we are going to decode the hidden behavioral logic that really drives wealth, and we'll be using some powerful insights from Morgan Housel's The Psychology of Money. You see, our financial lives aren't really run by spreadsheets. They're run by the stories we tell ourselves, and we're going to start with a great one.
So, get this. On the one hand, you've got Ronald Reed. He was a janitor and a gas station attendant his whole life. But through patience and consistent saving, he quietly built up an $8 million fortune. Then, on the other hand, you have Richard Fuscone, a Harvard-educated, high-level Merrill Lynch executive who, despite all his knowledge and experience, declared bankruptcy. I mean, how does that even happen?
Well, the answer gets right to the heart of the book's entire argument. The story of Reed and Fuscone isn't some weird exception. It's the perfect example of the main idea. Financial success has very little to do with how smart you are. It's a soft skill. It's all about how you behave, not what you know.
Okay, so if it's all about behavior, what does that actually look like?
Well, it starts with understanding a really crucial distinction. Getting wealthy and staying wealthy are two completely different things. In fact, they require totally opposite mindsets.
Think about it. To build wealth in the first place, you need a certain set of traits, right? You've got to be an optimist. You have to be willing to take some calculated risks and really put yourself out there, putting your money and your reputation on the line.
But here's where it gets tricky. To keep that wealth, you have to do a complete 180. You have to flip the switch from optimism to a kind of paranoia. It's all about survival. It means recognizing that the same forces that built you up can tear you down in an instant. The new #1 priority becomes not getting wiped out.
And this really backs up what the investor Nassim Taleb always says. Having some kind of brilliant strategy or edge is totally useful if you don't survive long enough for it to actually work. Avoiding ruin isn't just a defensive tactic, it is the absolute foundation that all long-term success is built on. Period. And this whole survival mindset is so important because of this weird counterintuitive idea in finance, and that is the power of outliers, or what are known as tail events.
So what does that even mean? Tails drive everything? It means that in pretty much any area of finance or business, the huge majority of the results, they come from a tiny, tiny number of events. Think of a venture capitalist who invests in 50 companies. 49 of them fail, but one of them becomes the next Google. That one single event, that tail event, doesn't just pay for the failures. It makes the whole portfolio a massive success. It literally drives everything.
And this is exactly why the magic of compounding is so often misunderstood. See, to capture the upside from those rare, positive tail events, your best tool isn't your brain, it's your patience. The real work is just having the endurance to shut up and wait, letting your good decisions multiply for years, or even decades.
So here's the key takeaway on this. Your entire financial life probably won't be defined by the many, many years that the market is just humming along. Nope. It will almost certainly be defined by how you act during a few critical moments of pure panic and terror. True genius isn't making a brilliant move. It's just being able to do the normal, sensible thing when everyone else around you is losing their minds.
All right, so if we know that long-term wealth is all about your behavior, about survival, and about patience, then what's the point of it all? What are you actually trying to achieve here? What's the ultimate payoff?
Let's just pause on that for a second. Beyond all the stuff you can buy, the cars, the vacations, the nice dinners, what is money's greatest, most fundamental value? What is it really for?
The answer, according to Housel, is one word: control. The greatest thing wealth can buy is the gradual purchase of your own freedom. A little bit of wealth means you can take a sick day without worrying about the bills. A bit more means you have a cushion to wait for a job you actually love after a layoff, instead of just grabbing the first thing that comes along. And this quote, wow, it just captures the whole idea perfectly. This is the end game. This is the real prize. The goal isn't luxury, it's autonomy. It's using money to gain control over the most valuable, non-renewable asset you have, your time.
So that leaves us with one final, really powerful question to think about. The next time you look at your own finances, ask yourself honestly, is my money just buying me more things, or is it buying me more independence, more options, and more control over the one life I get to live?